Hey guys, Gravender here. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Contest of Champions. And today we're continuing on with the How to Effectively Use series. And the episode today is going to be focused around Ant-Man. Now I know this is a character kind of similar to Abomination, who we did in the last episode, that people really don't care that much for. People don't really care for Abomination. They really don't care for Ant-Man. It's really kind of a sad situation in my eyes, especially with the changes to willpower and how things work now. Ant-Man is a complete and total beast, especially if he's awakened. Now, I do have the 4-star version and the 3-star version. Problem is, my 4-star version, similar to Abomination, is not awakened. So we've got a rank 3, level 30 of 30, regular Ant-Man here. So let's take a look at his signature ability and his other abilities as well. PM gas control. Ant-Man subtly alters his size during combat, reducing the impact of enemy attacks. This thing is huge. I love PM gas control. It's almost the counter opposite to Yellow Jacket for defense. I would just say it like that. Yellow Jackets is more kind of attack. Ant-Man's is defense, and it's pretty awesome defense too. We'll look at it whenever we get into the 3-star a little bit more closely. Abilities: light attacks, 19% chance to fatigue the opponent for 15 seconds, lowering their critical hit rate by 5%. So let's say not just so much that you're going up against a really tough opponent in a quest mission or an arena, or basically anything, Alliance Quest at this point right now. We don't have a true block proficiency team anymore that's going to give us enough of a block proficiency that's going to keep us from getting hit really, really hard. You know what I mean? So with a 5% critical hit rate lowering, that's less chance that you're going to take big hits. Even blocked big hits can be pretty devastating. And you got to think too, if you stack those, because he can stack them out the rear end, 19% chance to fatigue the opponent for 15 seconds. So that's 15 seconds that they don't have they have 5% less critical hit. I know a lot of people probably don't look at that as it's not a big deal. It really can be a big deal. It really can. I like it. And then you got to think on top of that fact, you can stack it. I have seen him stack up to anywhere between 6, 7, or 8 of these fatigues. And that adds up. So it's like, if you get 6 of them, you got 30%. That's a 30% critical hit rate reduction. That's massive. Special attack too, and this is where they come into play big time too, especially now that willpower is completely gone. Ants feast on the target's fatigue, replacing it with poison that deals 91% of your attack as direct damage over 18 seconds. With the nerf in willpower, Ant-Man's poison is absolutely phenomenal. It really is. It's phenomenal. So we've got a 6% armor with Hulk, 6% attack with Yellow Jacket, 5% perfect block chance with Spider-Man, and a 5% perfect block chance with Iron Man. So his signature abilities, or his synergy bonuses, aren't exactly the best in the world, but his abilities make up for it in my eyes. Let's go in here and actually look at PM gas control at level 65. Ant-Man subtly alters his size during combat with precise PM gas control, granting a 55.4% chance for incoming attacks to glance. Glancing hits cannot be critical. So even if they don't glance, you've still got the fatigue that's going to be doing its job. deal 50% reduced damage, and suffer negative 100% offensive ability accuracy. Negative 100% offensive ability accuracy. I mean, just take it in for a second. Just take it in. Everyone who says that Ant-Man stinks, just kind of absorb this. 55.4% chance for incoming attacks to glance. Glancing hits cannot be critical, deal 50% reduced damage, and suffer a negative 100% offensive ability accuracy. That's massive to me in my eyes. It really is. It's huge. And then we've got all the same things down here. So it's not really... The 3-star to 4-star versions aren't really going to differ that much. I like the Ant-Man in this game. I really do. But let's jump into some fights now. We're going to get it over in here to the verses, and we'll jump right into it, and I'll be right back with you guys as soon as I find a match for my 4-star. Okay, so we've got the 4-star ready to go against She-Hulk. Now, She-Hulk is probably going to be, I mean, if we get her in like the 3-star, it might not be the best case scenario because she's going to put a number on us with that special ability that she activates at the beginning of the matches. Thankfully, she doesn't in this one because she's not awakened. But look at the fatigue on her. Already stacked up to 2. 3. Look at the hits that we're taking right now at her at 3 stacks of fatigue. It's basically the same amount as if we were blocking, which is absolutely awesome to me. And then we just level her off with that L2. So it's just, I don't know. I like it. I enjoy him a lot. But I mean, you just saw it right there with 3 stacks of fatigue on. We were taking regular hits that were just kind of like what you would get during a block. So how can you not like Ant-Man? I mean, seriously, it makes no sense to me whatsoever. Let's take in the 3-star now, and you're going to see exactly why I like Ant-Man in this one. Now, we are going up against a champion who is our off class, so he's going to be buffed a lot more than us. And I'm just going to sit here and let him wail on me for a minute. Well, that's all I've got to do. He is really close to being the same as us. Glancing. Look at whenever he gets the glance. Nothing. He absolutely does nothing to us. Now, it's only a 55.4% chance that we're going to get glancing, so it's not like the biggest thing in the world like we're going to get it. So if we had a fully maxed out Ant-Man, you could sit here all day long and not take any damage. And see, any other normal champion, that should have taken down, but it did not take us down. And I love his L3 too. It was one of the first or most original L3s that they had done in so long that it wasn't even funny. And I like it. I like the way he shrinks down. I like that they're right next to him. I like his cutscene here at the end as well. Me? But yeah, so guys, that right there, that is Ant-Man. And honestly, the biggest places I could see him being used is really just about anywhere. I think Ant-Man would be a pretty good champion to take if he's at high levels on the SIG ability. Now, don't just go running in with an unawakened when doing stuff and being like, oh, well, I heard somewhere that this was really good. If you're going to do certain things, you want him to have at least a higher signature ability level. If you're running quests and things of that nature, a little bit higher of a SIG level would probably be the best in the world for it. But if you have one at high SIG levels, I would use him in Alliance War on defense as well. I think he would be really good in Alliance Wars on defense in certain spots. There are a couple of different places where I think he would be really key, really good. The only problem is that the spots that I think he would be pretty decent for, he probably wouldn't be the best in the world for at this point in time, because a lot of people are already running Black Widow on those paths. But if they end up against him with someone that isn't Black Widow, they're going to be in for a hurting in my eyes, especially if the Ant-Man has a SIG level that's pretty decent on Thorns. The Thorns paths. If he has a high enough SIG level, he's going to be taking like really, really less damage with the glancing. So it's really up to you where you would put him at. I mean, obviously, if you go up against Black Widow, it's kind of all bets off. The only person I think that really does well against Black Widow on these nodes is Colossus, because of the fact that he's got Infinity Blast on it. So whenever you go up against him, you're off class. You take damage regardless, even if you have a perfect match. But that's pretty much it. I think those would be probably the best places to put Ant-Man. I'm not really sure about anywhere else on the map, but I would like him on Thorns, especially if he's got a high enough SIG level. I think he would be pretty decent there. But other than that, you know, he could do really well in Alliance quests. He could do really good on quests. He could do really good in just about anything now. Arenas. Ant-Man is pretty much a beast now, in my eyes at least. I love him. Love him a lot. I loved him before the buff because I knew how to play with him. You know, build up enough stacks, throw on the poison, and it overwhelmed the willpower. So that's just me. But alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below if you're still enjoying this series, if you learned anything, if you got any comments, you want to talk to me, hit me up. Love the conversations that we're having over in the other one for Abomination. Excellent. Love it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. If you're first time watching the channel and you've enjoyed this video and you think you've learned something from it, leave a sub maybe. As always, guys, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Later. 'Cause we scream, fight, hate.